It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we've got the Panthers' superstar tight end. He's coming off a stellar day, scoring twice and adding a bunch of yards as well. It's the Panthers and the Bucs, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Kennedy.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set.
At their own 27. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come, we get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Corral sets up play action. That's going to be caught by Pitts.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Kyle Pitts
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Panthers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Kennedy. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Going right back to Akers.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He finds McCoy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Corral with it on 1st down.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's McCoy.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He finds his man complete. It's McCoy. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Corral.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He finds his man complete. That's McCoy. Touchdown, Panthers. From 19 yards away.
And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. A 10-play drive that time, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Kennedy. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Wide open receiver complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll look to throw again. He'll dump this off to Cook. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From just shy of midfield, Corral, he finds his man complete. It's McCoy.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Packers who are out in front in the second quarter. The Packers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. K.J. Hamler, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown a touchdown pass. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Corral sets up play action. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. A first down throw here for Corral. Bryant has it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy.
And the Panthers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Carolina scores to cap it off. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
On 3rd and 2, Kennedy.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Operating from the gun, Kennedy.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They give up the middle to Akers.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw, Corral. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. He finds his man, complete. That's McCoy. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Corral going to sneak it.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Corral going to sneak it.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Corral going to sneak it.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Kennedy completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Carolina, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign.
And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.